Hello, welcome to Grandpa Plays Minecraft, or Grandpa Streams Minecraft, because that is what Grandpa is doing right now, streaming Minecraft. My name is History Wes, and we are on my Forever World. You might have even seen that as I was logging on, I changed the name of what my original name was when I created this world as It's a Beautiful World. And I don't really remember why I chose that, but I changed it to Wes's Forever World. I don't know, just cause. Anyway, we are here in the new portion of the world, which is where I'm building a medieval town. Or I plan to build a medieval town. It's a plain, relatively small. These trees are all temporary here that I'm using to raise some wood. Not surprising. Here's my little stairs going down, and this is our minecart track. I always want to say monorail track. It's not monorail, it's actually a duo rail since there are two rails, but so this is basically my own design. I've got a little bell up in the top in the belfry, and it's open, as you can see, on both ends. So this track will lead wherever this track is going to lead to the next area, which I don't know what it'll be yet. It might be a modern town, I don't know. And it comes in here, and then we have some chairs and my temporary bed, which is here, and then the track that leads to our main base which still needs a name. And we come down this side, and we've got this fancy little parquet walk. I saw this design on YouTube. I'm sorry, it was on Google, only it was the white wood from the Pale Garden, and I used locate biome to find the closest Pale Garden, but it wasn't there. There was just a dark oak forest, so I decided I would just use birchwood. And here we've got a planter with a tree in. I tried to make a decent tree 3 times, and they all looked terrible. So this is just a standard Minecraft tree, which I then took some oak, I don't know what you call the oak wood, the ones that are the logs with all the bark on all sides. I made a dozen of those, and I placed them around and touched up a few leaves, but mostly it's just natural, and it actually looks better than any of the ones that I made. So, and finally, this is going to be our town hall. This is a design that I downloaded on Pinterest, I believe. I've downloaded hundreds and hundreds of medieval designs on Pinterest, and I'm using them not in a tutorial method, but as a starting point. And this is going to look quite a bit like the original image, only maybe a little bit smaller. The original image was quite impressive. So I don't know who designed it originally, but if you know them, or if you are them, thank you. So not too much done here in our as yet unnamed medieval town, but we'll have more shortly. And as soon as we pass the night here on the bed, I'll take the minecart back to the main base, and we'll take a quick look at what's been improved over there. And pretty happy with some of the improvements. I've been playing like an insane amount of Minecraft this week, and I've also been taking care of my grandson a lot this week because his mother was out of town. And so more grandpa, more Minecraft. Something had to give, right? I had to take time from something, and yes, I took time from my housework, got behind there, And it took time away from my writing, which is technically my job now since I'm retired, and that is the only thing that's a vocational part of my life anymore. I started writing, published my first novel in 2007, and have been writing ever since. I've got a goal of finishing 5 books this year, but I've only finished 2 so far, so we'll have to wait and see. More on that topic later. I'll come back. So, we've seen this before. This is our other train station, and just like that one over there, this one will have a track on either side, but I haven't built the other track going that way. In fact, I haven't gone very far that direction. So this build here, I am super pleased with. I just eyeballed the barn roof, and it just came out really good, I think. So we've got our horses in here. We took down the wheat fields over here, and you know what? I might as well take this down now. This part of the fence where I was keeping the horses and donkeys and mules, and I was keeping a llama which I tamed, and it got killed by pillagers. So I've been attacked by pillagers about 3 times this week, which, you know, relatively minor inconvenience normally, but they killed my llama. So here we've got our 2 horses, and I don't think I decided on names for either of them. And here is the donkey. Way out that way, as I related last time, I had another horse and I lost it out there trying to cross the ocean. That one I actually named Traveler after Robert E. Lee's horse, but I'll have to think of names for these 2. I've got some name tags I can use. So we've got a little ladder that goes up here, and there will be some storage barrels along the base here, and we're going to stack a couple of stacks of, I shouldn't move this so much. I'm going to stack a couple of stacks of hay up here too. That's what goes in the barn loft. So I could make these little pens smaller, but I thought this was fun, and I'm not likely to have many more horses than this. And over here, you can see that I finally got some work done on the library. So we've got a tower, some windows on it. Let's go up here and take a look at everything else we've got. And I think I had already planted wheat when we were here last time. I'm going to expand this to cover these hills all around this villager-powered and extremely inefficient vegetable farm. Okay, so here's the front, and I've got dormers on all 4 sides now, which are what these little house thingies on the tops of other roofs are called. And this design for the upper floor, I was inspired by watching Fwip, and he did something similar but using very different materials, and his looked much better, of course. He was using some brick walls, but he used fence gates, and then he had some terracotta in there. What I've used as a backing is just dark gray wool, but I think it really works with this dark gray deep slate. And over here you can see the dormer. Oh, let me get over here a bit. I don't have any blocks. I wanted you to be able to see my little flag. I think you can see it from over here. No, not really. This side I didn't really want to do much with, so I put a dormer up top. But the only other thing I did was put a W here, also with dark gray wool. Okay. Take a trip over to the iron farm real quick. Did I? No, okay. I didn't lose another zombie. I only had one on that side. Okay. Oh yeah, and I forgot to put back the crafting table here. Excuse me. I took that out to use as a stepping stone because one of the villagers got out of his little pod. And I got him back in, and then I didn't put it back where I had it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you can see the little banner from up here, and it's flowing the right direction. You can see the way the clouds move. So let's take just a moment and look inside. I have not added any more bookcases, which is going to be a long-term continuous process. Placing them here and filling them up with books, and they'll go up to the roof. I also haven't added any more villagers, but boy, does this look different when you've got this open front here. Much better. You're not that same. No. There was another golem over here, and that's not the same one. I suppose one could end up in here. Anyway, this is our tower. And we've got one window on this side looking out over our base. Then the second floor with the same thing. I think we could use a little bit more light. And I just kept it very minimal, just put in a little step out here. And I'm going to add, I think, a flower there. And then we've got this level that has two windows. And in through here is the attic and the eaves, if you will. So it's coming along. I'm really happy with its outward appearance now. And this whole area is pretty much looking the way I wanted it to. I still have a couple of farms I want to add, whether over here or back up there, I don't know yet. Pumpkin and melon farm, high on the list. I've got plenty of iron in order to make pistons. Wow, is it nighttime already? Okay. and you can't see the sunrise or sunset because of the barn. If I had to do it differently, I might have put the barn one block further away and maybe 2 blocks to the left of this, but it's all right. I'm pretty happy with it. So I said I've not gotten as much written as I was trying to do this week. Normally I try to write 4 days a week and write the equivalent of 5 pages a day on those days that I'm writing. And I'm behind. But I did get some writing done today. I published 2 books so far this year. They're both relatively short. One is a novella length. A science fiction story, which is out. It's called Nova Danza, Amazon. Whoa. And the other is a novelette, which is shorter, novelette series, or a novelette story called Love in the Darkness. And if you're interested in purchasing those and helping me out, they're available on Amazon. If you like ebooks, they're available wherever you would find an ebook. They're Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, any place. But and they're also available on Audible or Amazon as audiobooks. So there you go. And you can find many of my other books the same way. For instance, Nova Dancer, Amazon, is the second book in a series. The first one is just called Nova Dancer, and it's been out for several years. So I hope to get back to writing and finish my other books. I'll be pretty happy if I finish, I'll be super happy if I manage to meet my goal and actually finish 5 books this year, but somehow I don't think that's going to happen. There's lava dripping down from that one. I don't think I'll do that. I need more deep slate here for the build over in the town, medieval town. Okay, so the only place I've named so far is Bryce Station, which is over in the Badlands. So I said I didn't want to name this place where the main base as something station, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it should be something station. Oh, didn't make that. But I need a real town name for the town. And I think maybe the best thing to do is just look up medieval town generator or medieval town names generator online. They've got lots of name generators for just about anything you would want online. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Going slow. So I've dug these tunnels earlier, of course, getting both deep slate and diamonds, and I just thought it would be super easy to just go up one more level, one more block. We get a 3 tall, and it has been easy for getting deep slate. Haven't found any more diamonds, but I have found a few more redstone and other things. I've also had lava dropped on me a couple of times and gravel too. But, well, as in so. Yeah, it was almost to the end anyway. So I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a pretty good day. Been watching some YouTube, playing some Minecraft. Doing a little reading. And I'm off my diet today. I've been doing this low carb diet and I'm losing weight. But I just thought today I would have a cheat day. And not a day where I just, go wild and eat everything, but just eat normally, but not count the carbs like I do in a normal day. And so I've not eaten a lot. I had a bowl of cereal for breakfast. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a banana for lunch. And then this afternoon, while I was watching YouTube, I had a little bag of chips, one of those little ones, 200 calories or something. So I haven't eaten much calorie-wise, but I've eaten a lot of carbs, like 10 times as many as I normally eat. And I have to say, I've felt hungrier today. So what they say about limiting your carbs is making you not as hungry. It seems to be true, at least from my limited experience. But I'll go back on tomorrow. It's just that everything without carbs is not as good as everything with carbs. And even better still are things with carbs and fat, which is why, there's junk food. That's what it is. Carbs and fat together making you crave it. So I haven't really had any junk food today. I think I'm going to call out for a sandwich for dinner. I haven't decided if I'm going to do Jimmy John's or Capriotti's. I don't know how widespread Capriotti's are, but there are 5 or 6 of them in southern Nevada, where I live, and they're super good sandwiches. They make this one called the Bobby, which is essentially just a turkey dinner on a bun. It's got turkey and stuffing and cranberry sauce. And they have, traditional kinds of sandwiches too. Italian sub, meatball sub. Their meatball sub is really good. And then we have Jimmy John's here, which I think is more widespread, but and they have a more limited selection. They don't have fewer sandwiches, but they have fewer types of sandwiches, because they're basically all made of sliced deli meat and the associated things that go with it. And you can get them toasted or not toasted, but still. I don't know which one I'm going to have. They're both good, both far and away above something like Subway. But we'll have to see. Also see how hungry I am. Capriati's also has one called the Sloppy Joe. Not Sloppy Joe, but Sloppy Joe. It's roast beef and coleslaw and Russian dressing. Really good. And they have the same thing. You can replace the roast beef for pastrami, and it's called a capistrami. I spent 3 decades as a school teacher, and on Teacher Appreciation Week we used to get Capriati's fairly often, usually one day during the Teacher Appreciation Week, which was one of the things that made me feel more appreciative than some of the other things we got. I've spent, in those 3 decades, I had a number of really good years and a number of really painful, soul-crushing years. And if it was one of the bad years, getting a submarine sandwich did not fix it all. But I always appreciated it anyway. It's better than having to bring your lunch. When I started teaching, they still had in our schools some food that they made there in the cafeteria. But by the time I was about halfway through my teaching career, they didn't do that anymore. The food production was all centralized, and they just sent everything out and heated it up in the cafeteria. That way they only needed about a third of the cafeteria workforce, and probably cost about a third as much too. Our schools are really just horrible. And I don't mean just, the fact that kids are not testing well. Everything we do is we're trying to get them to test better. But so the kids work harder, the teachers work harder, the administration works harder. School districts set goals that don't mean anything. And the bottom line is we treat our children like cattle run through those systems. And the first thing people do is complain about the money being spent, but you get what you pay for. People will say, you're not going to fix it by throwing money at the problem. Well, try it sometime and see if it doesn't work. When you cram a bunch of kids into a poorly run, outdated building, give them material and supplies and technology that's vastly out of date, feed them crap that's only slightly better than a third world country would feed their food, their people. You can't be too surprised that things don't go well. Oh, it's dark and rainy. It was a dark and stormy night. Man, I got up on a soapbox and I did not mean to do that. I'll start it out with my diet. You get thinking about food and your mind just goes in crazy places. Actually, all that stuff that I said I firmly believe, but so it's not actually crazy, but I wouldn't normally preach about it so much. I didn't preach that much when I was a teacher. Come on, skeleton. I should just go and leave him. I mean, he's going to be gone when I come back. But it just doesn't seem right leaving a skeleton wandering around. Alright, let's head back to... Oh, I got some sunflowers too. So, let's head back to the town. Very simple, single button mine system. Just going to have one train per cart line, because I'll either be at one place or the other. It's not like this is for multiple people. And you know, I originally had planned to do an elevated track like I did on our family server. I have one there that's thousands of blocks long, but tens of thousands of blocks long. But I just kind of thought it'd be cool just to run through the jungle, and in other places I can decorate the landscape that it goes through, and I think I will be doing that right along here. So I think that jungle path looks nice, and we'll do something right here. I'm thinking I'll probably move the track further over and have at least one of these 3 walkways go over the track like that. And we got a nice herd of horses wandering around. And we got lots of dirt, something I ran out of when I sheared off the top of this hill where we've got the trees planted at the moment. And when I went out to the Pale Garden, I didn't find any Pale Garden wood, but I did find some rooted dirt. Almost 2 stacks of it that I dug out from beneath an azalea. I was super happy about that. Alright, so we need a couple of these and some of these. Do we have any left in here? Got some of these. Oh, we do have some of those. Okay. Yeah, we need more stairs. And let me go ahead and stick our cobbled deep slate in there for now. Yeah, I like that tree, okay. Needs some lighting underneath it, I guess. So, I've gained a couple of subscribers. Thank you very much, those of you who joined. If it's not too much trouble, if you're following along with me, I'd appreciate a like, and if you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed too. We've got 258 subscribers. When I got to 250, I made a little shaders video that's up on my channel. It's the top of it's the channel video, that's what they call it. And when we get to 500, we'll do something special too. Don't know what. Open to suggestions. Okay. I don't know why I lowered these a block. I don't know why I did that. Oh well. don't use a lot of tile deep slate. But I am on this. This is going to use a whole lot of it. I think we're going to do, whoops, pop back up here. We're going to make a dock area out here, probably way out there, and then this little inlet up there, not the big one that's close by, but further away, will be where we have some dockyards with at least a ship. I haven't made ships in a long time, and I don't think I'm very good, but I did at least one time make one ship that turned out really well, so we'll give that a try. I really want to improve my well, more than just wanting to improve my building. I want to build a world that looks cool. I can say this is my forever world. I spent a lot of time on it. Doesn't it look great? Are you impressed? And you know, they will say, I can't believe you wasted all your time on this stupid game. But it's not a waste of time, is it? Those of us who play Minecraft know better. No, it's a brilliant creative outlet. And I can't wait. A couple weeks we should have the new update out, as well as hopefully Minecraft Live, or whatever they're calling it this year, with some hints about what's coming in the next update. Come on, use your keyboard here. There we are. I imagine the next thing, it's hard to say. I don't know if they'll have something big. They need to get to 1 point, what are we on now? 1.21, right? So they need to get to 122, but it seems like a full number would need to be bigger than the drops that they've been doing, but I don't know. So we've had the drops now for over a year, and there are advantages and disadvantages to them, as opposed to the large updates that they had before. The drops, you get the more stuff quicker, and I can certainly understand the appeal to that. I hate waiting like anybody else. On the other hand, I loved when we had those big drops. I loved the Nether updates rather than drops. The Nether update, and the first update that came out after I started playing was the update Aquatic, and I was just so blown away. Even though there were a lot of things originally planned that never got done and couldn't be done for various reasons, what did get released was amazing, and there just was more and more of it, and it just changed the world so much. I should have brought my bed up here. Thank you, Feather Falling. A little drink of tea. Oh, actually, that's Coke. I've switched pretty much from drinking soda to drinking iced tea, but today I'm drinking Diet Coke. And here we go. Well, I left these staggered so that I'd be able to get up and down. And then I did that. Went too far. Okay. Maybe I can't do that, can I? Can't do it on those either. Well, I could knock this off and then do this. Yeah, there we go. Clear up to the top. And over, and there I am. Okay. I only want to go down this far. Having a lot of fun on this new world. It is my forever world. If you haven't heard this story before, I started it about 2 years ago. Just one of many worlds that I've started over the years. But when I was thinking about making a new forever world recently, that is 3-ish months ago, I went through and looked at all the worlds that I had previously created, and I spotted this one and just decided to do it, make it my forever world. Don't know why I spawned this seed back when, don't know why I thought this would be a good forever world several months ago, but I'm liking it. There was a struggle finding a nether fortress. There was a struggle getting anything out of the nether fortress. It was a struggle getting all the way 8,000 blocks to the Badlands. And now it appears it's going to be a struggle to find a Pale Garden. I guess if I go out far enough away, so I'm out of the initial spawn area, that like head out to the Badlands, for instance, to Bryce Station, and try the locate biomes command out there. I might be able to locate a biome. But apparently, there's been just enough of a tweak to the world generation system that this one isn't quite the same as the current generation. Excuse me. So I'll be streaming tomorrow, and because I stream Saturday and Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. At least that's my current schedule. 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. And maybe tomorrow I'll talk about some of my other books that I've written in case you're interested. If you're not, maybe don't watch. I don't know. Or turn the sound off. You can just watch me fumble around with these accursed building blocks. Coming on though is kind of turning into the highlight of my week. I'm really enjoying myself. And it definitely keeps one motivated to keep building. A week ago I was thinking, I shouldn't even bother going on. I haven't got anything built. Nothing new. Well, so now I had to build a barn and start on this town. Okie doke. I'm not even sure how I'm supposed to do this part. The wrong block. Not that I placed it wrong. I had the wrong block. All right. I think I can do this, right? Yeah. Go on like so. Did I bring my bed? No, I didn't. I talked about it. Speaking of writing, I was my wife and I are starting to watch season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. And I love Star Trek. Oh, we have for many, many years. But the writing is just so not great on the new Star Trek shows, with the exception perhaps of Lower Decks. Lower Decks is a great show. The writing is very tight. Comedy is better, not because it's easier to write, but because it's hard, and so it keeps you working in order to put out something that's really worthwhile. Well, it's looking pretty good. I need some more spruce. It's getting late. Go ahead and chop down some of this other stuff here while I'm waiting for the sun to go down. I'm kind of not enthused about fighting monsters in the night. Wow. Okay. How about that? We have a game crash. Okay, let's see if we can get started back up here. I had a crash earlier this morning, and I was unable to get back on without restarting my computer. So if that turns out to be the case again, I may just have to end the stream a few minutes early. Or maybe we'll just flip to the map viewer. Okay. So far so good. I don't have a lot of crashes, but Minecraft is about the only program that I own that ever does crash on my computer. I'm running it on a Mac, as you probably noticed, and they aren't known for crashing very often. But yeah, but Minecraft does sometimes. Yet another reason I plan to get a new computer soon. Alright. Some sleep, and toss these logs into the chest here. My plan was to start or to build a little small building next here that I would put these chests in and be my storage area in this part of the world, but for some reason I just jumped into doing a big build instead, first of all. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I'm a mystery. An enigma, if you will. Okay, let's get this big one here. And chopping trees like Paul Bunyan. People still know Paul Bunyan? I should think they would, but you never know. I was surprised at how few kids knew Mother Goose rhymes when I was teaching. Little Jack Horner. People usually know Mary Had a Little Lamb, but Little Boy Blue, Jack Sprat, Peter Pumpkin Eater. Those are just like the most famous ones, but there were a lot of Mother Goose rhymes. Patty Cake was a Mother Goose rhyme, in case you didn't know. People still do that with babies. They usually don't say it the way it was originally written, but that's okay. And let's see, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells, all and pretty maids all in a row. Yeah. And that's just right off the top of my head. Impressed? No? Okay. Humpty Dumpty, that's another one. if you're interested, go check out The Real Mother Goose. Buy it on Amazon. Yeah, no, I don't get anything from Mother Goose. It's like in its 170th printing or something. I had one when I was a kid. I bought one for my kids and one for my grandkids. And I'll tell you my mother's favorite Mother Goose rhyme. My mother, an early feminist, loved this one. It was, where are you going, my pretty maid? I'm going to town, sir, she said. And what will you do there, my pretty maid? And I don't even remember all the words, so I'm going to get this wrong. I'm trading my wares, sir, she said. And what is your fortune, my pretty maid? My face is my fortune, sir, she said. Then I cannot marry you, my pretty maid. Nobody asked you, sir, she said. That's a sassy girl from the 1830s. I'm really kind of enamored of this little stairway. When I was a kid and living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I would go to a place with my mother called the Rose Garden, which is still there, but it's a lot smaller than I thought it was when I was a little kid. But part of it is, part of it's a playground, part of it is fairly natural, and then part of it is landscaped with walkways and reflecting ponds and stuff. And that's what that stairway reminds me of. Okay, well, I will continue working on this building probably tomorrow, and in any case I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we shall carry on. And is that about right? Looks about right. Suppose I'll find out in a second. We shall carry on with our construction, and hopefully this will start to look good. See, now I should have pillared up behind me. That would have been clever. Can't all be clever. But we can all learn from our mistakes. Okay, that's the right height. Again, I don't know why I went one lower than this. Oh well. So anyway, thanks for joining me. This has been Grandpa Streams Minecraft.